Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful recap is finally in for Monday, July 7th, 2025. In today's episode, shots are fired during Luna Nozawa's Lisa Yamada showdown. Meanwhile, John Finnegan Tanner Novlin makes a declaration. Plus, Lee Finnegan Naomi Masuda bashes Penelope Poppy Nozawa Romy Park. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. At the art school, Sheila Carter Sharp Kimberlyn Brown tells Luna to put down the gun. Luna keeps holding the gun tightly, aimed at Steffi Forrester Finnegan Jacqueline McInnes Wood. Luna claims she's not going to hurt anyone. Sheila reminds her that she's saying that while holding a gun. Luna insists on having a place in Finn's life. Sheila tells Luna that she urged her to leave L.A. Luna says just because her grandmother couldn't get acceptance doesn't mean it's her fate too. Sheila tries another angle. Sheila says maybe one day she can be accepted, but not today. The first time Luna felt safe and loved was in Finn's arms. If he didn't want her in his life, Finn never would have told her their true connection. Sheila tells her to stop making threats. The young woman claims she's not. Steffi tells Luna that if she's really not in any danger, then she's leaving and calling the police. Luna orders her to stop. By the time Steffi turns around, Sheila has grabbed the gun, and the two ladies are fighting over it. Suddenly, a shot goes off. Over at the hospital, Finn tells Lee about Steffi meeting with Hayes' art teacher. He's also rejecting a lot of calls from Sheila. The elder doctor thinks Sheila is trying to force her way into Finn's life again. Lee calls Sheila the worst mother in the world, right next to Poppy. Lee is sick about Finn and Poppy. No wonder her sister ended up with a monster child like Luna. They both agree that Finn needs to protect his family from Luna. At the same time, Finn feels guilty about not being able to protect Luna growing up. Lee says the blame goes on Poppy. Finn can't help but feel he could have made a difference in Luna's life. Finn then realizes that he wouldn't be who he is today if Sheila had raised him. It was Lee's love that made him a good man. Lee remembers that Luna was a sweet little girl and really adored Finn. Luna wasn't born bad, but Poppy twisted her thinking. Poppy ruined Luna's life, Lee says. At the Cliff House, Taylor Hayes Rebecca Buddig explains why Sheila was there. Ridge Forrester Torsten K. has nothing nice to say, and a lot of silly allegations about Hayes Forrester, Finnegan Brian David Garlick. Electra Forrester Linnea Grace enters with Will Spencer Crumoro. Electra had some samples for Steffi to review. Taylor explains why Steffi isn't there. Electra wonders if the message of the fortune teller was misconstrued. Taylor agrees that Luna is becoming more unstable, but laughs at the thought of Sheila saving Steffi. It was supposed to be a quiet morning on the cliff. The ocean breeze filtered through the open balcony doors, and Steffi Forrester was enjoying a rare moment of peace with her children. But peace in Los Angeles is always fleeting, especially when your past carries a loaded gun. From the shadows outside, an unknown figure emerged. Luna, still reeling from her recent spiral, had disappeared from her room earlier that morning. Viewers saw her hand shaking as she clutched a small revolver, one she had stolen in a moment of desperation. The camera cut rapidly between Luna's wild eyes, fogged over with trauma, and the unaware family inside. The sound of gunfire shattered the calm. Ridge, who had just arrived to drop off a sketchbook for Kelly, tackled Steffi to the ground. Chaos broke out as Thomas, who had been pulling up in his car, rushed into the house. Miraculously, no one was injured, but a mirror shattered dramatically, and a bullet lodged deep in the wall just inches from where Finn's hospital photo of Steffi and Hayes hung. At the hospital, another war was erupting, this time with words as weapons. Dr. Lee Finnegan had heard enough. After days of trying to be civil, she confronted Poppy Nozawa in the medical staff break room. There was no pretense left, no surface-level niceties. It was just rage. "You're a liar and a fraud," Lee hissed, slamming her coffee cup down on the table. "You don't belong here, and you never did." Poppy, normally soft-spoken and measured, was visibly shaken but held her ground. "I'm not the woman you think I am, Lee." "Oh no?" Lee snapped. "Then tell me the truth. Tell me about Luna's real father. Tell me why your daughter has been spiraling since she got to Los Angeles. Tell me what you're really hiding from my son." This verbal beatdown was not a spat. It was a brutal indictment. Lee's words dripped with the fury of a mother who believes her son is being manipulated. And worse, she hinted she knew something the rest of us didn't. "You think your little pink pills and incense will save her? You're playing games with people's lives," Lee added, making a cryptic reference to the sleep drop scandal. Was this the beginning of Lee exposing Poppy's biggest secret yet? It sure felt like it. And the way Poppy looked away, blinking back tears, made it clear Lee might just be right. Meanwhile, Finn was at the precinct, shaken by the incident at the Cliff House. The idea that his past and his present were violently colliding again was too much to bear. But he wasn't just worried about safety, he was worried about love. Steffi was there, bruised but strong. Her eyes met Finn's across the hallway, and a silence hung between them, a silence that screamed of unfinished business. Finally, he stepped forward and uttered the words that changed the tone of the entire episode. "I choose Steffi. I always have." It was a line said not just for Steffi's benefit, but loud enough for Hope, who had just arrived, to hear. Hope stood frozen, stunned. After weeks of emotionally charged moments with Finn, after all the lingering stares and accidental touches, he had shut that door. Steffi's expression crumbled into a mix of relief and pain. Relief that her family was still intact. Pain that Finn had even had to make that declaration out loud. "Then prove it," Steffi said, her voice barely above a whisper. "No more secrets. No more defending Sheila. If I'm the woman you choose, then act like it." Word spread fast that shots had been fired at Steffi's house. RJ, Zend, and Paris whispered about the chaos as they regrouped at Forrester Creations. RJ, in particular, was visibly shaken. He had been growing closer to Luna and knew something had been off for weeks. "She's not well," he said quietly to Zend. "Something happened to her that none of us understand. I shouldn't have pushed her." Paris looked concerned. "Do you think she meant to hurt someone?" "I don't know," RJ said. "But I don't think Luna is dangerous. I think she's broken." The line stuck with viewers, especially since it came from someone who genuinely loved Luna. But the real question remains, where is Luna now? This episode of The Bold and the Beautiful packed more emotion, mystery, and high-stakes drama into 30 minutes than most shows manage in a season. With Lee firing verbal bullets at Poppy, an actual shooting shaking the Forrester family, and Finn laying his heart on the line, it's clear that the path forward will be anything but smooth. And with Luna still missing and the truth about her parentage hanging like a loaded gun above everyone's head, there's only one thing we can count on. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.